They want to paint the member to be the worst worker, worst member in all creation. And that's what we got to take his job from him.
The facts, dates, and events presented in this video are from the member's best recollection and may not be fully accurate. This video is intended for entertainment purposes only. Always consult with your local union about your rights and duties at your workplace. The opinions shared on this video are our own and do not necessarily represent my employer's positions, strategies, or opinions. All views shared are protected under the National Labor Relations Act.
What is going on, everybody? So today I have Jeff Shinfield out of Local 767 in Fort Worth, Texas, and Principal Officer Richard Hooker out of Local 623 in Philadelphia. And we're going to be covering, just panels in general, but mostly what are the most common cases that they've seen at panel? And also, what are some of the petty things that we've seen the company bring to panel? It's going to be a little bit of story time. And, we do these because we want the members out there to see what's behind the curtain. So, I'm going to start with you, Jeff. Jeff, most common cases that you've seen go to panel?
Most common, the unprovoked physical violence. A lot of times, management they know they're getting under the member's skin, and the member might not be an issue beforehand, no discipline or whatnot, but they'll get under their skin. It could be real hot, whatever, in the building, and they get them so mad they'll take a roll of tape and they'll throw it on the ground. Oh, you threw that at me, this, that. Next thing you know, they're at panel. I mean, there's no issues, and then all of a sudden he's at panel. Look at just like that. You got him mad, things get heated, and that's it. But the company tries to control. They try to make their own narrative. Oh God, he threw it at me. I almost fell on the ground. Like the narrative they tell, the story they tell is unbelievable.
Yeah, I mean, listen, we know what and who UPS is, right? And so when they bring these cases down, we know what to expect. You got, especially for the package guards, they got over 340 some odd things they got to follow. All these things that go on. It's almost like they're looking for something to get you on so they can take your job, right? And so when they go down and say this person is dishonest, and then you go through the case, it's like, how was the member dishonest? They wasn't, right? And they just want to continue to do these things because that's who UPS is. And they're going to continue to take these cases because they don't care. They don't care. So that's a big, big issue.
And when they end up taking cases like these, sometimes do you feel like they try to take a case that maybe they know they won't win, but they know they can hold a member out for like a time served? I mean, what have you seen, Rich?
Yeah, you hit it on the head right there. They do these things because they want, in my experience and what I see, is that they want to break the member's spirit, right? They want to get the members upset, angry at the union. And that's really what this is about, divide and conquer. Oh, I know this person's not being dishonest, but hey, listen, I make billions of dollars a year. It's not my family suffering, it's the members' family suffering, and we don't care. And so they continue to do these things because, again, this is who they are. And, unfortunately, the panel is what the panel is, and we have to use that and to make it stronger, obviously, so UPS won't take these cases down there and continue just to starve our members out. Because, again, what I've seen is when the members, between a rock and a hard place, yeah, I'll take it just so I can get my benefits and all those kinds of things. And that's a problem.
Now, Jeff, when a member takes a time-served suspension, what's the dangers in all that?
That's a progressive discipline. That's what they do also, the company. And, it happened where, and they, like Richard was saying, they just want to get back to work, right? Time-served suspension. But I tell people, I said, listen, make sure, when we talk to them, it's like, we want to, or I'll tell anyone else, hey, you want a warning letter. Knock it down to a warning letter. They knew it was nothing. Why should you take a time-served suspension? And it makes a difference because next time they take you down, if it's a time-served suspension, Plus, if the panel sees you again, they see you twice, that's not a good look. And they do these sneaky things, the company, because the company is the company. You're absolutely right, Richard. Unbelievable. Things like that.
And Rich, as far as like advice you can give somebody to help prevent this from happening, what type of advice would you give?
I will just make sure that I'm always kicking the company the ball. Whatever you want me to do, manager, supervisor, you tell me. If you want to communicate with me, make sure you do it through the dyad so I can read it. And then I can send you a message. Are you sure? Yes. Okay, I'm going to do what you tell me to do. Inside workers, the same thing. Hey, listen, are you telling me you want me to do this? I'm going to do it. All right. Be safe. Take your time. Don't try to be Superman or Superwoman, whatever it is. Always kick the company the ball. Don't ever make a decision on your own. Always let them tell you what to do. If it doesn't end out the way it's supposed to, hey, boss man, you sent me a message on the diet saying you want me to do it. I did it. I don't know what you want me to do. I did everything you told me to do. Always follow the instruction. You'll never have anything to worry about.
All right, so common cases. I'm going to throw the same question to you, Rich. What are the most common cases that you see go to panel?
So the most I've seen, again, are the dishonesty and failure to follow proper methods and procedures. They have this big umbrella where everything is dishonesty, everything is failure to follow instructions, methods, and procedures. And it could be some of the smallest things. They'll make it this great big old thing, and they want to take your job. I'll never forget one of my first panels, and I witnessed from another local where a brother was stopped at a stop sign. He said, I stopped there for about a minute. Now, all of us know a minute doesn't mean an actual minute. It just means that I stopped at the stop sign. One of the company's panelists, he said, are you sure you was there for a minute? Yeah, I was there for a minute. So he started counting 1,000, 2,000, 3,000. And they kept going and going. Are you sure you was there that long? No, I wasn't there that long. Well, now you're being dishonest. See, and that's the stuff that bothers me with these guys, man. And it gets down to who I am as a person. But that's who we're dealing with. And those are kinds of things that the members have to be mindful of and be careful when you deal with UPS.
Now we're going to get into, the petty stuff. And I'm going to throw this to you, Jeff. Jeff, what are some of the petty things that you've seen?
I'll tell you, petty. There are some times when you clock in, and they say, hey, you can put your time to this, put your time to this. They don't say anything for a while. You change your time, right? Okay, no, the start time is different this day. Next day you come to the office and they terminate you for stealing time, changing your time with the board. It's like, are you kidding me? I mean, that's beyond. I mean, that's UPS, right? That's UPS. And it's baloney because we just have to prove, hey, listen, you told us this before, all of a sudden now it's not good. I mean, that's ridiculous. That was unbelievably petty.
So, Rich, petty cases, what have you seen go to panel?
Well, we had a situation here where we had a member who was terminated because he did not tell the manager in time that he got into an accident. He damaged the aircraft. He was looking for a manager, found a manager, and told them, well, the company was saying that he was dishonest and he didn't tell them in time and all this stuff. Took this man's job down the panel. And then they brought up some stuff that happened maybe about 10, 15 years ago that was in his case. And that's just really petty. Number one, he shouldn't have been down there. And then you bring up something that had nothing to do with while we were there. And in those kinds of cases, man, they constantly do that because, again, they want to paint the member to be the worst worker, worst member in all creation. And that's what we got to take his job from him.
All right. If you have not done so already, follow Teamster Power 767 Reality Check on YouTube, Spotify, pretty much every platform. Jeff runs a podcast, an education podcast, similar to what we cover. So another man in the space. And similar to Richard Hooker, follow 63 Lives Matter, Facebook, Instagram, all social medias. Shout outs. Jeff, who do you want to shout out?
Shout out to Teamster Power 767 Slate and all our supporters.
All right, Rich, who are you looking to shout out?
I want to give a special shout out to all of our members, rank and file members, who are really, filing the grievances for the supervisors working, especially now with the layoffs, really holding the company accountable, because it's really going to take that kind of fight to show UPS that even though all this turmoil, chaos, and things that is happening, we are still going to fight back. And that's the message that I'm glad I'm seeing. And I just want to give a shout out to those rank and file members who are doing that.